Hi guys, and this is Too Cute for Cancer. Welcome back to my channel. I have been living with cancer for nearly 20 years, off and on, and for the last 7 years, I have been battling stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. That was triple negative. And if anybody knows anything about that, it was bad. And I wasn't expected to ever go into remission. But God is good. I am currently in remission, and my doctor is calling it a miracle. And I'm taking it and I'm running with it. So while I am in remission and living scan to scan, waiting for it to, see if it's going to come back, I am doing something positive with my time. I am trying to rebuild my body. I am trying to strengthen it. I'm trying to nourish it. I want to take back what cancer has taken from me. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about my journey, I'll link it right up there and you can follow right along. Now, for today's subject, it's about cancer. Should cancer patients work out? And the answer is yes, they should. Now, let me put a disclaimer out there. If you want to work out and you are a cancer patient or anybody, always contact your doctor, talk to them, have a heart-to-heart, and see if it's okay for your specific, condition. All right? But for me, I talk to the doctor all the way around. I mean, they're like, yeah, whatever you can do, do it. And I did work out for the first 15 years. I was really good walking, and I joined the gym, and I ran a couple races, and I was doing pretty good. But the last 5 years of my journey was just too hard. I could barely walk. The cancer had moved to my bones, and there was just too much pain, and I gave up. So now I'm backtracking. So the benefits to working out and having cancer, I did a whole bunch of research on it, and basically in a nutshell, it is awesome. Patients, this is a study done by the Mayo Clinic and also the University of, I think it's Cambridge in the UK, put out a study. It was over a span of 40 years. And the patients that worked out, even the little teeniest, just by maybe stretching every day, taking a leisurely walk. We're not talking about not that, but just did the lightest amount of exercise. They lived 7 times longer than the patients who did nothing. So that's pretty impressive, right? So working out is good. Repeat after me. Working out during cancer is good. Exercise is good. So now you're saying, oh, but you're feeling crappy, and don't I need to let my body rest? It's like, yes, you do need to let your body rest, but this is the good news. You have 24 hours in a day. So you can do both, right? So you can go to chemo in the morning. You can take that day just to feel, don't smell anything, don't do anything, let your body rest. But when you're on off cycle, because I know you don't have chemo every day 24/7, forever, some people maybe, but for the most part, when you're on your off cycle, take a walk, get some fresh air, maybe do some yoga. I had to start out with chair yoga. I know, how humiliating is that? I was just like, but you know what? It got me going. It got me feeling better. My bones, my joints, they felt better. Even doing just the tiny bit of exercise, stretching did so much good. Okay, now you say, well, what if it makes me too tired, I get dizzy, I can't do that. Okay, that's fine. There is a time to lay down and just rest. And I'm sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. I apologize for your ears. And there's a time to get up and go. So respect your body overall. If you are just, you know what, I'm so tired, I can't, that's fine. Give yourself a break, forgive yourself. But then when you can, just remember, the cancer patients that work out live 7 times longer than the people who didn't. That to me is a pretty big perk. So let's think of some ways you can do workouts when you're kind of like at the worst. You can even lay in your bed. There's some on YouTube. There's some stretches. Just do stretches, making sure your joints keep moving. Bring your knees to your chest. Just keep your body moving in some way. That's like if you're totally bedridden. Another thing, if you can, take a walk. Even if it's just the teeny tiniest walk, and then every day or every week, set your goal for a little bit longer. Like for example, 2 weeks ago, I started working out in my gym, and I could do 10 minutes on my treadmill. That's it. I was just like, I was done. I was like, it was sad. Okay. Then I started upping it, like just 30 seconds longer, 30 seconds longer, 30 seconds longer. I got up to 2.5 miles. I was able to go on a hike with my children, and I think my son said it was 1.5 miles, so that's pretty doggone good. So even if you have to start out with just a little bit goes a long way. Okay? So that's all. I'm not going to say any more about it. You guys can read. You guys know how to Google. You know how to YouTube. You found me. I'm just saying, give it a whirl. See how you feel. Okay. I'll catch you guys later. Okay, so I just finished 20 minutes on the good old treadmill here. And now I am on to the weights. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Wow, that was 1 week that I really challenged myself this week. I wanted to kind of touch back. What is it? Touch in, touch back. Anyway, I wanted to check in. That's the word I was looking for. Chemo brain. Check in with you guys and just kind of let you know how I did this week. I added weights. I did treadmill, and I did for my lower body and for my core I did Pilates, and I added in very lightweight weights for my upper body for the first time. And I have to tell you, ow, it's really sore. My chest muscles are so sore. I haven't used them for so long, and they've been cut, and I wanted to cry. I woke up the next morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I having like an episode here? Am I gonna have a stroke or something? I feel really weird. Oops, I worked out the day before. So yeah, it was a little more difficult for the upper body than I expected, but I conquered the fear and I did it anyway, because I was told so many times when I was after my surgeries, the nurse is like, don't lift weights, don't do this, because I have lymphedema in this arm. And I mean, just gardening, picking the babies up, carrying my purse. This arm sometimes is like not a pretty sight. I got grandma arms. So I was really, really scared about lifting the actual weights and actually doing something. So I went really easy on this arm, and I wore a compression sleeve for part of the time. And you know what? It didn't swell up. It was doing good. So I think that I have kind of like jumped in the shallow water. Now I'm going to swim towards the deep end and see how we do. But yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good. I felt extremely good after my cardio. I mean, I didn't feel like I was going to die and my chest was going to cave in this time. I just felt sweaty and good. So sweaty is, well, I don't sweat, I glow. But you know, if I did sweat, I did sweat. Oh, my eating has been awesome this week. I have had to change my eating around a little bit because I was eating a lot of the salads with lentils and black beans and stuff like that. But I really was craving something warm and like homemade. So I started getting tempted by breads and things that I know that, you know, my body can't really process. So I made a big pot of stew with, you know, those little potatoes in them and vegetables and beans, and I just put the whole kitchen sink in this beautiful stew. So that kind of satisfied my I want something warm and homemade, you know, craving without going off the deep end and eating a piece of bread. So, and I'm not saying bread is bad, but for me, just to clarify, I had surgery 7 years ago, and I had a tumor right above my stomach, and so they took the tumor out, and then they had to go and take part of my stomach out. Anyway, some of my intestines, large intestines, and part of my stomach was removed. So now when I eat bread, anything like that, it just fills my whole stomach up, and then I can't eat anything else for days, and it hurts really bad. So I'm not saying bread is bad for everyone. I'm just saying for me, you know, not a good deal. Okay, well that's it for this week. So if you guys have not already pushed that subscribe button and ring that bell, I want you to. I really do. I want you to join our family. I want to get to know you. And you know what? When people say, oh, you have too many people to get to know, guess what? I respond to every single solitary person that messages me, DMs me on Instagram, comments on my YouTube. I respond to everybody. So I'd like to get to know you. So hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you don't miss anything, okay? And I will see you next week with the weigh-in results. That'll be a full week. Oh, just to recap, if you didn't miss last Friday, I lost 5 pounds my first week. Okay, and that's with the grandkids here and not really working out and not really trying. So this week, we'll see. Okay, so I'll be reporting that next time. All right, you guys have a great week. Hit subscribe, show me some love, some thumbs up, and I will see you next Wednesday at Too Cute for Cancer.